You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're
Hey,
great.
Derek.
Are we gonna have nicknames for each other each episode?
You're
I think
great.
we should.
You're great.
I'm Underboob. That's the original. That's the OG. So you're Nev Nips. I'm Underboob.
Oh wait, let's not give away the studio production value we have here.
It's pretty low.
You're probably going to sing anyway, so you might as well just use
That's
that
a
part,
good
you
point.
know?
Hey there, all you cool cats and kittens.
Oh, no. Hey there, all you great cats and kittens.
Hey.
You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're great. Remember when Carol Baskin was a thing?
That cracks me up so much that was like, we've gone full circle from like how terrible things were to being funny to it being way too real now.
Yeah, like I didn't know. Anyways,
She definitely murdered her husband, though. I am
but this
Monica.
is maybe she's a big Trump supporter, and this was all her idea to take, the investigation off of her about murdering her husband. Anyways,
That's why your favorite cat is the orange tabby right there.
Why do you know that? Anyways, okay, sorry.
I am Monica, husband killer, Nevi.
And I am Mike, wife, Coletta. That means you murdered your husband? I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay.
Yeah. No. A good murderer never tells.
That's the flaw with all the other murderers out there is they're telling.
They want the attention and the fame. Anyways. Okay.
Do you have any other shows to plug this week?
I don't have any shows this week actually, but I am updating my calendar. I do have some live shows booked in April, so I'm gonna just update the calendar. See what happens. I have some other virtual shows in the meantime, of course, but not this week. But lots of stuff on the YouTube and my albums.
So
I also wrote a blog today.
Like live in front of people shows?
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
You wrote a blog about being 10 years old.
Yeah, I'm 10 years old today, this week sometime. My parents don't know when I was born. It's sometime around this week.
I posted about my 10-year thing last year, and I was like, yeah, no one gives a shit, as they should.
Well, and it's so weird because last year, I almost wrote about it where I was like, well, this year doesn't really count, kind of. But it does,
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go through the depressing moment of looking at my notebook to see how many times I did stand up last year from like March to now, because it's pretty bad. Because I told myself pretty early on, like after doing a couple Zoom shows, I don't like these,
Yeah, which is, the tough part that I was kind of course, thinking about again today was, what if it never comes back normal-ish, Then you have to do it, or you just go, it's not for me anymore.
It's already back normal-ish in other states. That's the crazy thing.
Well, and so that's kind of what, obviously I didn't pick to go to Texas, but have some shows in states that aren't locked down in April, which I'm hoping things will just be a little bit better by then, but it's kind of like, well, I can do it there, so
who knows?
I just plan not to see my family for weeks. Yeah.
You may be vaccinated.
That would be cool.
You won't get coronavirus or rabies.
Yes. I've been really worried about rabies lately.
I know you are. You always talk about it. It's pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't have any shows to plug at all.
Cool. Do you have anything to plug?
Not really, and I'm kind of fine with it. I'm kind of living my dream life right now. And when I say living my dream life, I mean very busy and stressed. So, if you can always, you can help us out. You could rate and review and subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. You can tell your friends about us. That's nice too. You can go to our Instagram at Hug Life Podcast. See some cute animals.
I posted a lot today, actually.
And then you can go also to patreon.com/huglifepodcast. Donate $1. You get access to every single bonus episode we've ever done. You get ticket discounts when that happens. You can know that you have the admiration of the both of us if you do that.
Absolutely. If it comes to a virtual show, I'll just give you links. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, Monica doesn't give a shit. She even said so. She told me. She was like, I'll kill you, Mike. I don't give a shit. And I was like, wow, Monica. Such intensity. Love it.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Last, you can go to monicanevy.com or huglifepodcast.com. There are Amazon banners on both those websites. If you click on those and then do your shopping, we get a little something, and it helps us out a lot.
I bought Simon.
A Simon?
Yeah.
Like the game?
The little light up game, yeah.
That game is fun, and it also stresses me out like no one's business.
Okay, well, maybe you shouldn't play it. I just was looking for games that children can play alone. But also, I really do like that game. And like Bop It, those are fun.
Oh, yeah, Bop It, Twist It, Pull It. What's the other one? There's another one that's like that, too.
Like a memory thing.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to Simon, though, I think.
Well, it turns out 7-year-olds have terrible memories, so I was like, well, maybe this will be good. We can practice.
Yeah, practice your memory, dum-dum. Is that what you said to the kid?
Kind of, yeah.
Nice. All right, Monica.
Yes.
Do you have any lexical embraces this week? I have one.
I have 2 that are very general, honestly.
Okay, mine is very specific, so this is interesting. What are we going to do? How are we going to do this?
Should we sandwich general bread?
Yes.
Specific
or
middle?
Make a specific Oreo with me.
Okay. First is mountains.
That's very general. That's
mostly
a land
looking
feature.
at them. I'm not necessarily saying going to them, but if that's your thing, go for it. We got an Airbnb near the Hood Canal this weekend, and like the view from the window, because you had to like go up. It was so scary to get there.
Was it the Olympics that you saw?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The view from the window, like I woke up and literally out loud said, "Oh, wow."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was like, wow. Well, we got there at night, which was terrifying because it's like dirt road up the mountain. Like it's really scary to get up there, and I couldn't figure out where I was going. But once we got there, it was fine. But then, so we didn't see anything until I didn't know anything was around until the morning. And then it was like, you could see the mountains, and there's a little river creek thing right next to it. It was great.
A river ran through it? That's nice. It's excellent.
And we saw 2 ravens. What does that mean?
I don't know what that means.
I don't know. They were huge though. Cause
Ravens are big. Ravens are way bigger than crows.
Yeah.
They're
and
huge.
they like have kind of a flatter head.
They're buff birds.
I'm
for
getting
sure.
into bird watching now.
Is that a yellow thrusted warbler? That's a Gabe Rutledge reference.
Get my vest.
Okay. So I want to lexically embrace. I did a fun Zoom show this weekend.
Nice. There you go.
Everett Comedy Night, run by former guest of the podcast and number 1 guest in our hearts, Corey Michaelis.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And it was very fun. It was me, Ken Hamlet, Sherry Hardman, and Taylor Clark, and then Corey. Mm-hmm. And it was like the perfect length of a show. We each did like 10 to 12 to 15.
Oh,
so
wow.
it was like an hour and 15-minute show.
Thing.
It was perfect.
Nice.
And that's like, and Corey was like, we found the money length of the show. I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. And they did it right where like people on the Zoom chat had their cameras on and were unmuted so you could see them laughing, and they weren't disruptive assholes.
Yes. Yeah.
They were kind of disruptive in the beginning for Corey because I think they knew Corey, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
but then
it, before
it got better and better as the show went on. I hiccuped in the middle of talking. That was really weird.
Well,
it was hardcore.
Great.
Yeah. So Everett Comedy Night,
Zoom
check out.
shows and good Zoom audiences, you know?
Yeah, and also like the show is really reasonable, and I'm pretty sure if you buy tickets to the Zoom shows, he's giving, or if you buy the VIP tickets, then you get a free ticket for when the Everett Comedy Night at Emery's on Silver Lake starts up again.
Oh, for the live one, for the real one.
Yeah, for the real one. So I would highly suggest that's a deal if you live in the northern part of Seattle. I'm a salesman now. If you live in the northern part of Seattle, to do that, and you like comedy. Or
Contact
Corey.
Me.
Or both.
Yeah,
it was fun.
It'd be funny if you liked Corey but didn't like comedy.
If you like Corey but don't like comedy, or like comedy but don't like Corey, still a good deal.
It's still fine, yeah. There's
and
other
if you like
comics,
both of those things, then wow, I just found you the lottery. You won it. Congrats.
My second lexical embrace is water.
Wow. I feel like we're really phoning it in this week.
Not drinking water, however, you should hydrate. A water, river, canal.
Have you heard of
Ocean.
a life straw, speaking of water?
What? No? What is that?
it lets it so you can just drink out of lakes and rivers through a straw.
Oh, does it like filter it?
Yeah. Which I find I never even knew about these until like a couple weeks ago.
I mean, that seems like it would be good for a survival sitch.
That's what it's all about. If you want to get a stream smoothie going, because I don't think that water is very clean.
No, make you poop.
Probably tastes bad. Make you boom boom. I don't need help with that. I already have plenty of that.
Maybe you're just drinking stream water all the time.
Is it because I only drink water out of puddles in my backyard? Is that why you think?
Can you use it in puddles?
Probably. I think you can use it in like any body. It's like a survival thing, so you can use it in any body of water. But I would suggest using it in a flowing river, or stream, because you don't want to just put that shit in stagnant lake water that's full of kids' pee and stuff.
Well, I think in puddle. But have you ever seen Wild? It's the one with Reese Witherspoon where she does the like Pacific Crest Trail the whole way.
No, I haven't.
So the only thing I've ever seen, because I saw it on the Today Show when I was like 11. They had like a bottle thing where it's like 2 bottles and then you filter the water from one into the other one.
Mm-hmm.
So she had one of those type of things, but she did it from like this really gross puddle. And even when it was filtered, it's like all brown and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know if I can do that.
That's going to make you poop for sure.
Oh, that's what it seemed like. Sorry. Dropped my phone.
It's okay. People drop phones sometimes. It's just the way it is.
Drop it all the time. Anyways, yep, water. Oh, yeah. See, beautiful things like that.
Yeah. Okay. You ready for the next segment?
Yep. Hey guys, good news.
Hey, welcome to the good news segment. Monica seems like almost forgot to intro the segment for a second.
I'm like, yes.
Okay, I only have one news story today, but it's a really good one.
That's okay. That's good. That's good.
Do you know what deep fakes are?
That's like when someone... Is it like a edited thing? Like you put someone's face on the other one?
Yeah, and it looks really realistic because it's using AI technology to like match everything up.
Right.
So an Irish teenager won the National Science Award by making a deepfake video detector.
Oh.
So it essentially makes sure it can detect deepfakes using AI to fight the AI, essentially.
Oh,
and
the robots are fighting each other now.
This kid's 17 years old. His name's Greg Tarr. And with 2 R's. It's classy, not just Tarr. Okay. Get your mind out of the gutter, Monica. So... I don't know. And he did this at 17 and he'd been working on AI for 4 years. That means he started working on AI when he was 13 years old. When I was 13, I can't even imagine all the fuck off dumb stuff I was doing.
The fuck off dumb stuff.
It was like N64 all the time. I wasn't paying attention to anything. What were you doing when you were 13?
Watching stand up and playing basketball. That was pretty much it.
You didn't do any AI? You didn't dabble in artificial intelligence?
I didn't do a lot of anything with, like, even school-wise, I didn't do a lot for how good of grades I had.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this kid essentially made this AI detection device that's amazing. And the reason he made it is because, do you remember, like, this was during the election last year, there was that video going around of Joe Biden falling asleep during a television interview?
Oh, yeah.
That was deepfake. It was entirely made up. They just put it on another person that fell asleep during an interview, and people believed it.
Of course.
Yeah, because people are dumb inherently. Yeah. But that's why this is so good, because it'll make more truth come out there.
Look really good. Those deepfakes are pretty.
They do,
like,
and they can be very funny. Like I know, like comedians have used them because they're really just funny. I know.
Oh yeah.
But it's just like it's also very dangerous. There's also like audio fake stuff too that's pretty crazy. Like you can make people say anything, and it's like, oh yeah. So I thought this was a good one.
Nice. That's a great one. Thanks, Greg.
Thank you, Greg Tarr from the County Cork, Cork County. Y'all trying to go to Cork County? That's what it sounds like in Ireland, I'm sure.
Poppin' Cork counties. All right.
That's everything.
Good? Okay. Hey guys, that was good news. I remembered. I don't know if you had any ideas for a positive spin topic, but I have a pretty sweet top 5. So anything you have. So, I mean, things have been a little dramatic lately.
My life is getting very busy, everybody. And I don't mean to say that like people are like, oh, I'm so busy. I just like, I have a full-time job now in school. So it's just
my
life has changed.
It's okay. We support you 100%.
It's weird having money, which is crazy. That's a different thing.
Careful with that.
Yeah, I'm not fishing. Not like I have a lot of money, but I'm not freaking out all the time like I used to.
That's great. That's good.
God, LA that first year, that was so terrifying. You remember?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, man. Memories of terror.
Scarier this last year at times than Los Angeles, which is weird, but
yeah, I guess that's true. I was struggling kind of earlier last year too with money.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. It's all.
But it's all good. Whatever. If you're struggling with money, just know it's going to be okay, everybody.
It's all garbage. Anyways,
it's all garbage. Hug Life Podcast 2021.
It's just been.
So you have a top 5.
Yes, politically it's been crazy. There's a lot of stress, I think, in just the world in general. So maybe we'll just skip the positive spin. Positive spin is you love this podcast. That's great. Okay. Top 5, however, is related to the storming of the Capitol. Are we all okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with it. We're getting hard mode turned on again. I can feel it already. You're going to have
to be in, kind of get into a character here. Okay,
I'm a character. Okay, who am I playing?
So you are actually one of the people storming the Capitol.
Okay, I'm making America great again. All right, here we go.
Right. So these are the worst costumes you could have been caught storming the Capitol in.
And I got to say why I'm wearing this costume.
Yes, why it's a good thing you're wearing that costume. As we've all seen the Buffalo guy or whatever he's wearing.
Oh, you mean the QAnon shaman? That's what he goes by.
Which is funny because his name, or one of his names, is Jake Angeli, which I had a coach in college with that same last name, and his son was named Jake, and so there was a split second where I was like, how old would he be now? Like, would that be? It's not him, and the kid is still like, he's like 13 now or something. He's not that guy. But it was funny because I kind of went to look, and other people had posted it on my coach's Facebook, and he was like, yep, been sent this. It's not him. He's doing remote learning right now. Like
if you in 2021 call yourself a shaman, I should legally be allowed to throw you into the ocean. You can come out again. I just get that satisfying chuck you into the ocean.
It's just, if we could talk about it for 1 second, it's just gotten so crossed up now that like things you would consider this like hippie, not necessarily liberal, but like, hippie stuff have now crossed over with a super conservative thing. And it's confusing. Like, it doesn't make any sense for someone to call themselves a shaman and then try to murder Congress people.
With that said, can you call me a barbecue shaman from now on?
Yes, of course. I've been calling you that, though. So
it's so wonderful.
Yeah. A barbecue shaman.
Monica Nevi, basketball shaman.
Yeah. I'm a comedy shaman.
The common shaman? I'm an expert on Egyptian culture. I'm a Tutankhamun shaman.
Oh, nice.
I'll quit if you want. You can do this solo.
No, you can keep going.
Yeah, you're happy with it?
Actually, I was going to quit, and you can keep going. That's what I was going to
say. Let's get something straight right away. If you quit, I would just quit.
Okay, so now you are this guy who now is, we don't necessarily need to skip to the part where you demand organic food in jail, but
the best part?
Yeah. You have been, you're the face of this storm, but you are in these different outfits.
And I got to say why it's good I'm wearing this outfit.
Yeah, and why they might represent, taking back your country.
Okay.
Okay, so number 1, you're storming the Capitol, and you are wearing a French-made costume.
A French-made costume.
Yes.
That's good because it shows I'm working class.
Oh, nice.
And I am taking it back from who I look at as the
it's a wealth gap.
The wealthy upper class people. I'm taking America back.
You're draining the swamp and dusting it afterwards.
I'm climbing no walls because you could see my butthole if I did that.
It's true. You could. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's all fun and games until your scrotum's hanging out. That's what they teach you as a young child. Like, no. First lesson. It's all fun and games.
I wasn't in that class, but okay.
Until your scrotum's hanging out.
It's an Alaska thing, I guess. I don't know.
Scrotum is a great word.
Is it?
It is, because it just sounds exactly what you think it is.
It is one of those things where, like, you have a friend where you're like, you seem like a Mike, you know? You don't seem like a Daryl. Like, if we called you Daryl, I'd be like, you don't look like a Daryl. And that's how I feel about scrotums.
When I was a kid, I took a fishing charter in Alaska, and the fishing guide was like this old Grizzly Adams kind of dude. And he was telling my brother and I a story when my dad wasn't around about how he went to go take a dump in the woods and he pooped on top of a bee's nest.
Oh, no.
And he said, like, I had about 14 bee stings in my scrotum. And it's still one of the funniest sentences I think about. And I just laugh at by myself. This grizzled old man. Didn't catch any salmon, but it was still a good trip.
I mean, you learned a lot.
I learned a lot about scrotums.
Scrotum stings.
You can't say that.
Yeah. I mean, you can say it, but it's confusing.
I took Scrotum 101 in college.
All right, number 2, which honestly I feel like this one might be more up your alley here. Mm-hmm. Not that alley. You are storming the Capitol and you're dressed as a wizard or an elf, something.
Well, that's even better because, like, you're living your fantasy while dressed as a fantasy.
Okay.
Or you could be doing a different thing where you're like trying to get even deeper and be like, my beliefs are a fantasy. You know, you're just getting kind of meta with it.
I see.
You're that meta. Like emo meta domestic terrorist, you know?
You guys know that group?
Yeah, that guy.
Oh, shit. Okay. Some sort of like... Sorry, I made these up, by the way.
I'm fine with it.
And then the visual is very funny to me. I don't know why. The visual part of this makes me laugh. But some sort of like fruit or a food, you know, like those big costumes. Like you come in wearing, you're a donut and you're trying to take over.
Oh, that's even better. Because also, okay, that's actually probably good because it's got a lot of padding to it, which would be handy in a situation where you're attacking something. You could probably hide things
in it pretty well, yeah.
Yeah. Also, you could choose like an American food, be like a cheeseburger or something.
Oh, something American, yeah. Or pizza. Just kidding.
Be like America, a cheeseburger.
You're just a steak.
Mm-hmm. I like my terrorism well done.
Okay, let's do. Okay, number 4 would be then an animal. So maybe you're dressed as a mouse. Or a dog.
I mean, you could dress as an elephant.
Separate. Well, let's say, okay, I guess a buffalo is an animal. So it would be like more of a sweet, okay, Mean Girls. When she's like, I'm a mouse, duh. And she's just got the ears and stuff. You're dressed like that.
Oh, okay. I mean, that would be good because if you're trying to stand out, you'd be the only person wearing mouse ears during the terrorist attack.
Okay, maybe that's like a cue for.
Oh, you know what you could do? You could treat it like the giant families treat those matching T-shirts at amusement parks. Like everyone in your team is wearing cat ears.
Nice.
So you remember?
We're the cats.
We're Squad Meow.
Squad Meow. Mm-hmm. The Meow Squad. Here
Meow
we go.
Squad. Meow meow meow.
Okay, and finally, which I don't know, you'd have to help me think of what this would be. I was thinking something liberal. I don't know anymore what that would be. If this person is a shaman, but
just dressed up like a giant tax hike.
Yeah, you wore a Black Lives Matter shirt.
Yeah, you know, that would be funny.
That would be hilarious
because that shows that you're just there to party. You don't really care about the the message. You're just there because you're super enthusiastic about it.
You're just like, I just love storming stuff.
I just have always wanted to climb the walls around the Capitol.
Okay, here's an audible. How about you get caught in a tuxedo t-shirt?
I wouldn't doubt that someone there was wearing a tuxedo t-shirt.
No, I was thinking, should I just say tuxedo? You're in a ball gown.
Oh, I'm in a ball gown.
Yeah, you're in a ball gown.
Well, you can hide a lot of stuff in a ball gown.
Can you? Oh, I
like
see.
underneath the giant
like
skirt.
Fill yourself out.
Mm-hmm. I could keep snacks down there. Everyone needs snacks.
Every time you say stuff like that, it makes me worried if you ever had a vagina, what would happen to it?
Why?
You'd be like, I just put my chicken wings in here, and the doctor's like, you can't do that. Stop.
It's full
doing
of buffalo. And I'd be like, barbecue shaman.
All right, that was pretty good. I think you'd do well.
Thank you. I know we're making light of this and people died, but I don't know what else you can do.
No, it's just...
Because it's absolutely bananas when it was happening. And I actually walked away from like work for a bit.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like watching it like, this is bananas.
It doesn't seem real, like it's like...
And the fact that people are trying to downplay it
would be written or something. Oh yeah, or make an excuse like where it makes sense. It does. It
never
make
makes
any sense.
It doesn't make sense at all. And the fact, like, the only positive spin I can think of this is how satisfying it has been watching the videos of people getting arrested.
Yeah,
like getting off a plane and just immediately getting arrested.
I do think it's important that other people who may have been on the fence, like, oh, we should revolt in that same way. Or even people on the left side who I think have always been pretty peaceful, but that's from my perspective, would also go, okay, yeah, we're not going to push it that far because obviously there's repercussions. So at least maybe there's some, now they're seeing, I hope they do something with the fucking president, but some sort of repercussion is actually happening. Which I think is important because then people are like, well, what if we just stormed them all at the same time? What are they going to do about it? It's like, I don't know, put you in jail, I guess.
Yeah, well, you also look at like the plans they had and it's kind of terrifying. Like, surround the Capitol with guns and kill people as they come out. Like, it's just like, you just, this.
They defused 3 bombs. Like, there was like, their intention was to kill people.
There were live pipe bombs. They all carried guns into a federal building. It's not... Yeah, it's terrible. But you know what's not terrible?
Be dark for 1 second. Based on everything they planned, they did a really bad job.
They really did goof it.
It was not very successful.
It could have been so much worse.
It could have been terrible.
It could have been horrible.
Yeah.
Like, so much worse. So I'm glad that it didn't turn out worse than it did. But you know what's always great? A dumb BuzzFeed Disney quiz.
Yeah, let's take a BuzzFeed cleanser. Sorry, it got a little...
Pretend to eat an animated meal, clean an animated meal, and we'll reveal which Disney character you'll have it with.
I didn't even look at this yet. That's hilarious.
So you gotta choose an appetizer.
Oh, hell yeah.
Kronk's spinach puffs, Lumiere's hors d'oeuvres, a cup of Tiana's gumbo, or Abuelita's tamales.
Oh.
Can I tell you what I fucking love?
What?
Tamales.
Okay.
I fucking love tamales. I'm taking those.
I do love tamales also. But I'm thinking, like movie-wise, I really love the scene with Kronk cooking.
Oh, it's so good.
Like, it's so
the squirrel
funny.
took my acorn.
Yeah. I'm going to pick that one with the spinach puffs because I do also love a good spinach puff.
Nice. All right. Choose the main course. Tony's Spaghetti and Meatballs, that's from Lady and the Tramp. Remy's Ratatouille, Joe's New York Pizza from Seoul, and Harryhausen's Sushi.
Oh, man. I mean, I'm going to go with the sushi.
I'm going with Spaghetti and Meatballs because I fucking love Spaghetti and Meatballs.
Going to be fresh because he has 8 arms. Anyways.
Nice. Choose some dessert. Wonderland Biscuits, Aurora's Birthday Cake, like Tiana's Beignets, or Nick Wilde's Popsicles, and their paw, like P-A-W-P.
I'm going to go with the beignets.
I wanted that beignet so bad. I'm going to go with the birthday cake then.
Okay.
You beat me to it. It's all's fair in love and quizzes. Choose a midnight snack. Scottish iced rolls, Snow White's gooseberry pie, Aunt Cass's hot wings.
Oh, shit.
Or Arundel's chocolate.
A midnight snack. This is tough. I will say I have had a bit of a sweet tooth lately.
Old Monica Sweet Tooth Nevy's what they call her.
And I did eat chocolate next to the bed last night. So I'm going to go with Arundel's chocolate, mostly because I love Frozen.
Oh, so you're just living your dream life is what you're telling everyone listening.
Yeah. Yes.
Ooh, I picked hot wings.
Figured.
I'm so excited about who I get to go with dinner with. It's kind of I'm going to say it's a date.
Okay, who are you?
Esmeralda from Hunchback.
Oh,
you're going to love her. She's outspoken and feisty, but that only makes eating with her more interesting. You'll both had some wild times, and you'll enjoy sharing those stories with each other.
All right, I got Rapunzel.
Ooh, that's a good one. I love Tangled.
Rapunzel is the perfect person for you to have dinner with. She's sweet, caring, and loves to talk about any and everything. You're both going to share your adventures and most likely rescue someone.
That is true. You do rescue people if you're Rapunzel.
Yeah,
it's one of her MOs.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. You got a charity for today, Monica?
I do have a charity for this week. I was looking into some Native American charities. There's been a lot of I think we talked about the real rent type of things, like native land. But this I found is an American Indian Science and Engineering Society, and it's for the advancement of American Indian, Alaska Natives, Hawaiian Natives, and a couple of other groups. So it was a little bit broader spectrum, but specifically helping them with scholarships and programs for science and engineering
nice
degrees and jobs. So yeah, and that's AISES.org.
We're a big fan of science and engineering on this show.
Yeah.
You know why? Because we can't do it.
Not anymore, no.
Not anymore. We're out of the game. Hey, Monica, is there anything you want to say to the listeners before we go?
Yeah, I love you so much.